Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championships heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the title MMA blue corner, a mixed martial artist this hand 6 feet 2 inches tall, official weight 237.6 pounds, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Josh Cochran. Across the cage, his opponent tonight, fighting out of the First Form red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. Official weight 230.8 pounds. Fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, Jake Jenson.
Referee Mark Wassam has the call for this fight. Jake Jenson in the red tape, Josh Cochran in the blue. Quick touch of the gloves and into the action. Now, David, both of these guys got a lot of nervous energy here.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it takes some time. You know, this is a big stage, man. These guys, one of these guys are fighting in their hometown. They're probably nervous. It's going to take a couple seconds to kind of get the cobwebs out, but I guarantee you any minute now we're going to start seeing some big shots as we just saw right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jake Jenson here trying to get off of the cage. Cochran just pushing forward here. Both of these guys are huge.
Nice pressure. Now this is really, when you have bigger guys here, this is really where the cardio takes its toll. When they're hanging out here in the clinches, it may look boring, but I guarantee you there's a lot going on there.
Well, it's one of those when you have to carry the weight of your other opponent. When the opponent is 230 pounds, that's a lot to carry.
Exactly.
Now, the thing that I find interesting here, though, is Cochran almost squares up with Jenson. Then he lands a big right hand.
Shot, exactly. Setting it up perfectly. Nice little hand movement, hand fighting to kind of fake it, and then he just launches it and he doesn't hesitate.
Jenson here, on the other hand, trying to pump the jab.
Smart from a technical perspective, but like you said, starting this fight, when you have heavyweights that are throwing bombs, sometimes it's better to get right in your opponent's face rather than be a little reserved and kind of play pity-pat. And I think that could probably hurt him at some point.
Big there, overhand right coming out of Jenson.
You can dang near feel the wind coming off those punches. Whoa.
Big overhand right there out of Cochran, goes to the body. Nice hand shots there. Cochran trying to tie him up here.
What Jenson has to do is either get his back off the cage like he just did in circle, or needs to do a better job at creating space and separating. When he creates space, he drops his hands, and that's why he's getting caught.
Now Cochran here trying to lock up that position. Eats a big right hand, though. Jenson chasing him down again. Now, here we see good head position, that head underneath the chin, trying to hold him, make it grinding, make it dirty.
The principle is wherever the head goes, the body follows. Like any grappler knows that, and he's using proper head control there against the cage.
Now we see him start to slow down. As you said before, the cardio can come into play here very quickly with the heavyweights.
And this is where the fight starts.
Big kick to the body there out of Cochran.
Cochran looking a little lighter on his feet towards the end of this round. I wonder if he'll be able to transfer that in this second round coming up.
Good first round. David, how do you see it?
Man, I think Cochran is just a little bit more
Shamrock
active.
FC
The other guy's just a little bit more patient, but who knows? It's only the first round out of 3. That could come back and help him in the end, or who knows, you know?
Emily doing work here tonight at Shamrock FC 324. As we take a look here at our instant replay, Cochran just kind of measuring it out here. Nice shot there out of Jenson, but Cochran, again, waiting. Big leg kick on the inside. He's got to start checking those, because whenever you're that heavy and it's that much power coming at you, you can only eat so many before you start to lose that lead leg.
And they add up, man. They add up over time. You know, he may not feel the first shot, but that fourth one and that fifth one, it's only a matter of time before his leg starts locking up and he can't move.
Big overhand
Nice.
right there, but Jenson is just kind of swinging wild.
Whenever he comes straight down the middle with that jab, whether he lands or not, Cochran backs up. It's when he starts swinging, he puts himself in trouble.
Big head kick there out of Cochran. Jenson trying to answer back to the body.
Starting to check those leg kicks a little better this round.
Nice straight right down the pipe out of Jenson.
Now Jenson with some leg kicks of his own. It looked like he learned something in that last round there.
Well, you take a lot of them, you start to throw a few back as you get, I'm like, no, I'm done with this.
Oh,
Big shot to the
nice
body there
body
out of
shot.
Cochran. Now Cochran going to try to put him on the cage. Got double underhooks. He needs to do something with them.
Jenson has to circle his butt away from that cage to create space. He does not want a big guy like Cochran just hanging on him, man, especially at this point in the fight.
Big knee to the body there out of Cochran. Jenson covering up here.
Cochran doing a good job controlling the head on that exit.
Again, chopping to the leg there.
I tell you what, man, sometimes in fights like these, consistency is key. Whereas Cochran, he isn't doing a whole lot of different attacks. Hard punches, hard leg kicks.
And a lot to the same spot.
Exactly.
That's a big thing. If you can land it to the same one and you make it painful, it switches up your opponent's attacks.
How does it go? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Down to 1 minute and 20 seconds here in round 2 of this heavyweight contest. Big overhand
nice
right.
hand by Jenson.
Jenson looking for the
nice
trip.
There we go. He was able to capitalize in that 2 seconds he landed that one punch. He was able to capitalize there. That's all it takes. One right move in the right position at the right time.
First time now we see this fight hit the ground. Cochran in half guard. Jenson on top trying to keep that pressure. Putting that forearm in the face, making it painful, making it dirty. Trying to cut off the airways.
I get the idea that Jenson is perfectly fine being here in half guard. Guys who tend to have a pretty decent grappling background, you tend to see that as opposed to one in a passing and advanced position. He's probably going to hang out here, throw his arms in his throat, make him breathe heavy, and land some good ground and pound, hopefully.
20 seconds remaining here in the second round. What this does, though, it gives Jenson a chance to breathe. He's going to take this time. He's going to try to recover a little bit, save some of that gas tank. Adversely here, Cochran's got to scramble to try to get up.
Yes, he needs to create some space and try to get to his knees and then get to his feet right away. But a good way for Jenson to steal the round, though.
So in the judge's eyes, do you feel that that takedown was enough to steal the round?
I would give it to him not only because of the takedown, but the amount of control he had after the takedown. This third round here should be interesting.
We're going to see who wants it more. But so, David, what's next for you once the knee heals?
I'm right back in this cage, man, as soon as possible. I'm looking at maybe 6 to 8 months of rehab after surgery next week. I'll just have to be really, really diligent when it comes to that. And then I'm back in this cage as soon as I can get back in.
How's been your experience fighting for Shamrock FC, though?
You know, it's been great, man. I started here. I had my first fight here at Shamrock at, 18 years old. I fought and then I was kicked out of the casino because I was under 21. But ever since then, I loved it, man. I loved it here.
Third and final round.
Let's see if Jenson can keep that momentum up from that last round here.
Jenson breathing with his mouth open, though. That's never a good sign.
Never. Ooh. Leg kick for leg kick. It looked like we're in the Philippines right now.
Big overhand right there out of Jenson, finding a home on the chin of Cochran. Oh, he bends down like that, though. That's a bad move.
That's not where you want your head to be, for sure. Ooh. Nice clinch engage by Cochran there and driving him to the cage. Even if he doesn't take him down here, Jenson is carrying that man's weight like he's been doing the last 2 rounds. And I just hope he can hold up for the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds we got here.
Nice takedown there out of Cochran,
nice.
grabbing that high single leg. Runs the pipe, as they say, gets him down. Now inside control.
Right into side control. That must not feel good to be on bottom there.
Now going to start to look for the submission, try to pull the arm down, looking for a potential, almost look like an Americana there.
Now for Jenson here, it would be smart to maybe push off the cage and try to create some space with his hips.
And he's got to turn into Cochran.
Yes.
There he goes. He's got to turn in at this position. He's going, yeah, it's never good to give your back to your opponent like this. That's a lot of weight to carry. Oh, knee on belly, steps over
right
into mount.
Guard.
Cochran into mount, going to start to drop some bombs.
Now Cochran is being smart. He's just not throwing wild punches. You can tell he's calculated here. He's looking for the opening and looking for that maybe one big shot to put Jenson out here.
Jenson has got to do something. He's got to fight those hands. He's got to grab. He's got to try to sweep in this position.
He's got 60 seconds left to make something happen here. Cochran is doing a great job with his hips, staying lateral on top of him, and just throwing bombs here.
Cochran dropping bombs here. Down to 40 seconds. Referee Mark Wassam right on top of the action. Will Jenson be able to survive?
This doesn't look good here. Ref's looking at it, and it's over.
Nothing there at the end from Jenson. Referee Mark Wassam has no choice but to stop this contest.
I loved how calculated Cochran was. He didn't seem to waste a lot of motion. All of his strikes he set up. When he got in good positions, he didn't rush. He found the finish, and now he got the W tonight.
As we look here at our instant replay, Cochran in mounted position just starts dropping bombs here. Jenson has nothing as far as a sweeper trying to stop it. Beautiful finish. Referee Mark Wassam has no choice but to stop the fight. A beautiful win. Now let's send it up to the cage to Joe Parisi to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some limited edition, brand new Shamrock FC merchandise available for sale tonight, and it's at the table right outside that exit. Next to that bar, walk through that door. We've got some limited edition designs available tonight only. All major credit cards accepted. Don't go home empty-handed. This fight comes to a close at 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner by TKO, Josh Cochran.
A huge win for Josh Cochran here in the Shamrock FC cage. David Evans, thank you very much for being with us. I cannot wait to see you back in the Shamrock FC cage.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I'll tell you what, that was an exciting fight, and I can't wait to see the rest of the card.
Well, I cannot wait for you to be back in the cage with us again, and we'll be right back right after this.